insecurity has been quite a concern in that region, especially with the spate of kidnappings. To that end, we have a retired Major Aku Amboson to give us his thoughts on the matters of the day concerning insecurity. Hello and welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thank you.
One only has to
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah. Good to have you. It's good to have you, sir. One only has to look at the rising cases of kidnapping in the Northwest and the recent ones in Kaduna State to know or to draw that conclusion that it has become a concern that needs to be nipped in the bud. Firstly, the manner of the crimes that are being committed, such as kidnapping, that is something that is very serious. Your thoughts?
Let me be philosophical. Let me use the Bible as if you look at Deuteronomy 24 verse 7, it says that if someone is kidnapped, that person needs cleansing. That means the person has to be killed, needs to be shot. So I'm thinking, if you look at the rate of kidnapping, they come in the night and they use motorcycles to roam around and then kidnap people. Can't we have a joint military and police force just trained to ensure they go out to check all those routes? They use the bush paths, they don't use main roads to do the kidnapping. And they go through churches and mosques. So there is something sinister about the whole thing. Maybe it's a planned thing, and maybe someone needs to be fired somewhere. I also look at, if you look at Ministry of Defense, can't we look at Ministry of Defense and say, okay, let's have a retired general who is tested, who can be the Minister of Defense to take care of the issue of security, because security is eluding us now. I don't know how we're going to get it, but people are afraid. People don't sleep in the night. And that means we have missed something. Intelligence gathering needs to be improved so that people will be able to know when they can fight against the insecurity that is eating into the system. It's preventing investment all over the country. So people are not happy with what is happening. We need to change our attitude. Nigerians need to be patriotic. The issue of patriotism is not there. That's why people go into kidnapping. I learned yesterday they were requesting for 40 trillion. Who is going to give them 40 trillion? That means there is a team. Someone is benefiting from that kidnapping. So Nigeria, the government, the political leadership needs to, they need to stamp their foot and ensure that this thing is stopped immediately, or else they will dismember Nigeria. That is the call. That is what I think we need to do. There has to be, Nigeria needs to be disciplined. We need to be patriotic. And we need to talk about Nigeria. If we love Nigeria, we need to fight for Nigeria, all of us.
One of the reasons why kidnapping is such a dire crime is that it is the immediate suspension of the human rights of the hostage or the kidnapped that has been taken. And the person is at the mercy of the criminal elements. As far as the police is concerned, as far as intelligence gathering goes, where do you see that one should begin to see a change in how affairs are being conducted?
We can only see a change if we beef up the police force and let them have joint training with the military. If they do that, that will change the whole thing. There shouldn't be anything like negotiation. The monetary aspect comes in. That means the whole thing is evil. There is evil, and evil is spreading. Right from 1968, when the advent of modern terrorism started, and even the September 11, it was just because of that, where over 3,000 people were killed. There are sponsors, people who are sponsoring them. Government should be able to know and have addresses and then bank accounts of those who are sponsoring them. If we can get that through the government, through the intelligence, we'll be able to stop this aspect of kidnapping, and it will bring succor to our people.
I think it would be a good time to even also express sympathy to the families of those that have been kidnapped. Are you hearing anything from the government? Are you hearing anything from the authorities as far as these particular recent incidents are concerned that will demonstrate how the matter is being addressed?
I've not had anything from government. Even the kidnapping in Kaduna, over 287, and then Sokoto 15. I don't know what the government is doing about it, but there has to be a plan. Government should not negotiate with bandits. Government should not negotiate with kidnappers. That's what I'm saying. We should be able to have a framework to ensure that we don't allow kidnappers to roam around our forest. The forest needs to be guarded. We need to have possibly the Air Force. Air Force have to ensure they search all these forests that are all over the country, and they use those routes to come in to kidnap people. They are looking for money. That money means they are going to buy weapons with it. That means they are going to reinforce themselves with it. So, and that is going to create more fear for our country, and it may cause dismemberment of this nation, because it is a continuous thing in the whole of Northwest, and no one is saying anything about it. Some of the people who are involved, who participated as governors, they are in a better position today. Like the Minister of Defense, he should be able to. What is happening in Zamfara? How can we take care of the whole Northwest? The whole Northwest has been engulfed with this crisis of kidnapping. Can't we stop it? People are finding it difficult to go to their farms. That means there's going to be hunger in the land.
Now, you did mention that one of the consequences of this insecurity is lack of investment, because nobody will want to invest money in an area that is not secure, which is just common sense. As far as the options are concerned, we have the Amotekun in the southwest. Civil defense also in the north instituted in certain cases. Do you think that will be the way to go for Kaduna State?
Kaduna, we need to have all the states in North. We need to have a combined team, just like the Amotekun in the southwest. But the issue of religion may disturb part of it. We need to have a force in Kaduna that can take care of insecurity. There's a paramilitary force in Kaduna, but they need to be enforced and trained properly like the military. They need to bear arms. If they bear arms, it will help them. They need correct intelligence gathering methods that will help them to fish out all those troublemakers. If you go to the local level, like the traditional rulers, you discover that they should be able to know people who come in to stay in their local communities. They should be able to provide information for them, and they can fish them out through those people. And if there is any kidnapping in a local community, the traditional rulers should be held responsible, because one is expected to know that they know all people who come in, visitors who come into their local communities. So it is not a hidden thing for them.
Finally, maybe it's a gray area, but in many cases where we understand that kidnapped people have been returned to their families, we find that you don't hear much about the people that did the kidnapping, the kidnappers themselves. Are they being brought to book?
I don't think so. Some of them are protected. When you negotiate with them and they return the people, no one. We need to have a tribunal to try them. When they are arrested, there should be a special tribunal to try them. Not a civil court. There should be a special tribunal set up by government to try all those kidnappers, so that punishment can be meted out to them immediately.
Okay, we'll leave it there. We thank you for coming on the program today. We pray and hope that it's addressed, and the people who have just been recently kidnapped are all returned safe and sound. Thank you for your time, retired Major Aku Amboson, who joined us from Abuja.
Thank you so much. Thank you.